with a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Albia's in their 9th state tournament appearance, 7th in the last 10 years. And they do have the best record in 3A. They go to work here in their half of the first, looking up at a 1-0 deficit. Van Meter with the lead here, and the first pitch is swung through and missed. Addie Pearson, I think, did get maybe a piece. I can't quite hear from up here at what she did, but it's a strike nonetheless. Rubel, Pence, and Green also could bat this inning with Green. That pitch to Pearson is up high. Coach Larry Achenbach in his 27th-ish season reached 400 career wins this year. He's now at 412. He played at North English of English Valleys. Don't forget the S when you mention English Valleys. You know that.
Yep, that's about 15 minutes away from where I live and where my mom grew up. So we know Coach Achenbach very well.
One ball, two strike coming to Addie Pearson. She cleans off the head of the bat, grips it, and watches it go off the catcher's glove back to the screen. Achenbach, I remember a couple of years ago, pretty sure the team doused him with, and I don't know, that could have been win 300. I just don't remember what it was, but yeah, that group really showered him that night as that pitch is fouled back by Pearson. Albia, Carly, is part of one of my longest days here at the state tournament.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day when we played 5 championship games in the same day.
Yep.
Game 4, which was the 2A game that year, went 16 innings.
Oh, my. That's a long softball game.
That one is fouled back behind us right above our camera. And that game was Regina and Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont.
Okay.
And Brad Wells had that call. And Laura Leonard and I were waiting because we had Assumption Albia still to come. First pitch was around 11:40 that night.
Wow.
We finished after 1 a.m.
Yeah, that makes for a long day.
After starting at 10 in the morning. And I remember walking around because there wasn't much else to do that night. Then to walk around and talk to Coach Achenbach a couple of times. And I mean, just trying to keep everybody loose that night was
that's
kind of hard. Keep them fed.
Yeah.
You think about the nutrition of hey, we ate like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, that is a tough position to be in.
And that is an at-bat for Pearson. She worked that into a walk to lead off the inning, so it's the first base runner for the Lady D's here, and it comes in the second. That'll make way for Brooke Rubel.
First baseman number 43, Brooke Rubel.
And the bunt is popped up, but not quite able to be caught by a hustling Wozmanski. That one's popped up. And a catch by Wozmanski. Nice play there, battling the sun of the evening sky there on the west for out number 1. Love the catcher that can make a play like that. That ball is so hard. The spin on it is so different.
There's the pitcher number 18, Grace Pence.
So now it's Pence. She calls time, but I don't think she was granted time. They should have Netton could have thrown it. I don't think the home plate umpire would have. He would have called it ball or strike, depending on what Netton threw. That pitch is low, but we're going to check and see if she held up. And Gary Wax says no swing. Pence trying to help herself here and figure out a way to get that runner at least into scoring position with one out. With Green on deck. Pearson at first, and that pitch is a strike. Tough for the crowd to be really into this game no matter how intense it is just because of that heat that we've talked about. You thought when you get to 6 o'clock we would cool off a little bit, but boy, we haven't.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we're going to see that tonight very much.
Well hit to right. Going back to grab it is D. Makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Right fielder number 15, Ayla Green.
So Pence and Green having a little conversation before the at-bat. We talked about seeing all those pitches earlier. You don't think they've seen enough pitches already? We're going to still tell her a scouting report?
Yeah, I know. There has been a lot of pitches. I think Netton's pitch count has to be pretty up there right now, but it's also working out in her favor. So, she's doing a great job moving it around the zone. And as you get to those good pitchers, you see them. They don't want to throw pitches around the zone. Like they want hitters to chase their pitches that they throw well. So I think that's what we're seeing a lot from Netton right now.
That's well hit to left. Going back is Hiller. It's over her head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Achenbach waving home the runner. Going to score and tie it up is Pearson. 1-1 on an RBI double by Albia Green. Extra base hit brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you raise your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Lillian DeMoss to bat for the D's. All right, so 2 different batting strategies here in this contest. What do you like about each of them? One that's a little more aggressive, one that's maybe a little more patient.
Yeah, as a hitter and as just like a spectator, I do like the teams that are more aggressive with the hitting. I do enjoy that, but also like as a pitcher, I can see both sides too. It's just different coaching philosophies, I think, is what it comes down to, and each have their own ways of being great. So I think that this is just going to be a game that's just going to tell us at the end. I think we're going to have to wait till the end to find out what strategy or what's going to be better for hitting wise.
Pitch gets away from Wosmanski, so Green goes down to third now. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2 away, 1 already in for the Lady D's. That was Pearson after a walk. Oh, those walks, how they come back to get you.
They sure do.
The pitch from Netton. Changeup goes outside. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 1-1 score. Van Meter and Albia. Albia at the plate. The pitch. That's high again, and it's another walk. DeMoss earns a 2-out pass. Runners at the corners now for the number 9 hitter, Zoe Zanoni.
Second baseman number 21, Zoe Zanoni.
And now there'll be a Van Meter huddle. Coach Flaws makes his way out. Coach Flaws played at Buena Vista. He's the K-8 PE teacher at Van Meter. His staff is Josh Flaws, who's the head track and cross-country coach with state titles in both. He drives the bus, runs the field, and the team statistician. Another assistant is Hillary Yolman. She's first base outfield coach. She was a champion as a player at Carlisle, Indian Hills, also at Luther. And she makes height videos before the state games. So now that I've said the C word, we have to talk about the connection with the Flaws and Carlisle.
Yep.
And there's a family tree, and every year, because his cousin, see that now I've just questioned. There's the Carlisle softball coach and there's the Carlisle basketball coach. Two different Flaws, but related.
Oh, wow.
This is something Laura Leonard and I work on. She always asks me, will you send me the Flaws family tree again? You probably did get a little sick of all my questions over the years, right? When I was asking you stuff about, you probably don't remember even any of that. Post-game comments and media addressing all those things. We'll get into that in a minute. The 1-0 is inside. I mean, do you remember the interviews and going through and having to do some of that, a little different stage and maybe a couple more cameras than a regular season game?
Yeah, there was a lot more, but it's also like, I always enjoyed it. You know, I thought that it was a really fun thing being able to experience those things. So I loved getting interviewed. I loved talking about the game, like analyzing it, stuff like that. So that was always fun to me, but some people I know it's a little bit different.
It is, and there were some that would come in, like in basketball, when a player comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, there's 6 cameras here. What? What am I supposed to say? We'll help you out. The 3-0 is a strike, and Zanoni tried to sell that one a little bit, tried to start chucking the bat back down towards the dugout, but Jim Doyle says, no, that's a strike, 3-1. Runners at the corners. Green at third, DeMoss at first. The 2-out pitch is another strike, and so now Netton is a pitch away from getting out of this jam and keeping her team tied at 1.
This is a crucial pitch right here. Like you said, it could get them out of the inning or it could keep the inning going, and you want to be content where you're at here and get out of this.
Foul ball back behind us over the press box. Into the woods the ball goes. It's actually just a turf field behind us. The woods are over there. Still a lot of cars in the parking lot when you've got 5 games going on at one time. A lot of people jammed into here. The pitch coming from Netton. Again, fouled away. And it's caught in the stands by the Van Meter fans. Into the sun, too.
It's an impressive catch.
It is. Again, Albia working the count and the pitch count higher and higher. That is ball 4. No, they're going to say she offered. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Said she's out.
Yeah.
They're going to home plate umpire is going to say Zanoni swung at that pitch, and you can hear the fans to our left calling that one. And now we're going to hold. This is where you want the umpires mic'd up. You want to hear what they're talking about?
Yeah. I would say she went. From up here it looked like it, I guess.
Probably in the bottom half of the second inning, 1 run. There was 1 hit.
A strike, out, and an out. Third out of the inning, but not before we tie up at 1. 1-1 our score here from Fort Dodge in the Iowa Girls High School Athletic and Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
State Softball Souvenir Program and Tournament.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Still a warm day here in Fort Dodge. And I'll tell you what, this has just been a strange weather day. And just the weather week and the amount of storms that are happening just all around us. It's still 91 degrees, feels like 107. We hit a high of 95 today. The wind has shifted. It's now blowing in. It's going to be different tomorrow, but right now, it's Monday night. It's Van Meter and Albia in the first pitch to Maddie Schnell is a ball. Schnell, Fennessy, and Corrados. That's 1, 2, 3 for the Bulldogs. Schnell's already doubled the amount of pitches she's seen in the game with 2. And now she sees 3 for ball number 2. All right, so let's think about this here for a minute. After this pitch to Schnell, if you're Van Meter, are you feeling like you dodged a bullet, or are you feeling like that was supposed to happen?
I don't know. That's a tough situation, but also, the call went in your favor. You got out of that inning, so it's just important that you take over that to hitting, and not let it just kind of defeat you, even though they scored.
Hit to right, going back, getting turned around, falling over is the right fielder. Rounding second, going into third. Flaws is going to hold her at third. That's a triple for Maddie Schnell. My apologies at cutting you off there, Carly. But now all of a sudden Van Meter turns maybe what was a big defensive situation with a leadoff triple into offense.
Yeah, that was a great
14, Ella Fennessy.
Great hit, and also very aggressive on the base paths too. And it's a tied ball game, but you also want to get that run back that you gave up. And so seeing that leadoff triple for Van Meter is something that, kind of helps them just kind of think like, we got this, those types of thoughts. But if you're Albia, you're also trying to keep the runs limited at 1 here, so.
Fennessy showed bunt on the first pitch, does not on that one, and now it's a ball and a strike. The runner at third is Schnell. Hit that triple over the right fielder on a big fly. The pitch from Pence. Hit in the air. That's plenty deep to probably get the runner home. Hood, going to have to see what kind of rifle she has. She throws very close, but it's still... It's a sacrifice fly RBI, and it's a 2-1 lead for Van Meter. But the bases are clear now.
Third baseman number 32, Mara Corrados.
Corrados struck out in her first at-bat. Looks at a first pitch strike. Oh, I can look over on Diamond, the 1A Diamond, and that is all the green and gold of the St. Ed's Gales. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Had a chance to talk to the Fort Dodge athletic director, activities director, Brandon Ruffridge. He actually could wear his Fort Dodge stuff here because Fort Dodge was here playing in the tournament. Big day for Fort Dodge in Webster County here. Both softball, whole state softball, and then both teams in town make the state tournament as Corrados fouls that one away and out of play. See, you just came on business trips. The rest of us paid attention to all this other stuff that was going on. Did you know that?
I was saying that too. I'm like, I didn't really realize how much was really going on. I was pretty focused. It is different now with the other fields, but still, like the other stuff, I don't know. I just either don't remember it much, or I just really did not pay attention to that too.
You were really focused.
I was
on your team.
I was,
and it showed. The 1-2 misses. Ball 2. Well, 12 years ago, and I think it was 12. It might have been 11. They actually had Ragbri here on the same night as one of softball nights.
Oh, wow. That had to be a busy time.
Yes. Well hit to right. That's going to get down for a base hit on a hop. It's fielded by Green, and it's a one-out hit for Corrados.
Batters number 6, Chili Wozmansky.
So the catcher, who had a double back in the second to lead things off. Are we gonna swap out? We might do we're gonna do a pinch runner? I think we will. Let's see who pops out of that Van Meter dugout.
Runner at first base, number 19, Bristol Curran.
Yeah, Bristol Curran, the number 19. That's who it looked like to me. And then we'll likely see Corrados re-enter the game. So Curran is an 8th grader, super fast and aggressive on the bases, said coach. She's actually 3rd in 3A in stolen bases.
Oh, wow.
As an 8th grade
Wow.
courtesy runner.
That's impressive.
Sure I get those stats right. 31, yeah. The throwdown is not in time. So a second. Down at second is Curran. Wozmansky bats from the left side with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. The pitch. Hit back into the net for strike 2. 2-1. Van Meter scored a run in the second. Wozmansky was a part of that. She doubled and then scored, trying to drive in another run. The pitch. Change up, misses.
Pitcher number 13, Andy Net.
Fouled right. Ooh, that was headed right towards
Yep.
us, that line. So Wozmansky is out. Netton flied out to third, trying to bunt over a run in her last at-bat. Hits this one again, fouls it out of play to the turf baseball field behind us, where the 5A teams have been warming up today. It's also where the championship events happen. If you win a state title, they say just go over there. Just get out of here, go stand, go take your pictures. Chopper kind of slow, gotta hurry. Does Zanawi? She does. Zanoni makes the nice play to get Netton for the third out of the inning, but not before Van Meter puts in another run to take a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the third here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Coming up on the 7 o'clock hour here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex on the north side of Fort Dodge. We're across the road from the airport where they measure the official weather readings, and we're still in the 90s. Heat advisory until tonight. Different story tomorrow. We'll have to come up with something actually to talk about. Let's see, tomorrow we're on 1A games. Is that right?
Yep.
We got some 1A stuff going on in the late afternoon. Here it's Class 3A. It's Albia. They're up to bat right now in the blue tops with red shoulders and then the red and blue stripes down those pants. Van Meter in the all blue. In 3A, this is the last of the 3A games today. The pitch is a strike. Van Loon, Hill, and Hood. That's 1, 2, 3 for the Lady D's. They scored their run back in the second. Trying to pull back even in this one. That pitch is well outside and off the reach. Winner of this will play Dubuque Wahlert, who won. Wahlert Catholic won the game earlier. The loser goes to play on the other side of the bracket. That'll be 3:15 tomorrow. That's hit to right at the right fielder. Going over to her left to make the grab is D. 1 out. And it looks like Wahlert has been watching a little bit, and they are starting to leave the park. I see Coach Lang over there, and then the Golden Eagles in formation as they head out of the complex. Let's see, I've stayed with Wahlert fans before at hotels. Albia, it's just everybody over time. You kind of have a good chance to converse. I guess we do more of that socializing than the players do sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, did you stay in the dorms?
Yep, we stay in the dorms. Yep, the Iowa Central dorms.
The 0-2 to Addie Hill is upstairs.
Is there a player number yet for our game? Considering that it's probably not here. Yeah, you're on hockey fielder. Number 2, Taylor Boer. Number 2, Taylor Boer. Did you get that?
That pitch is fouled away. Fans have kind of calmed down a little bit. We can listen to them again. They got a little loud in the last half inning.
Yeah, they did. There was a lot happening, though. They had a lot to do.
That one is sky high towards first in foul territory. Making the tough play was Fennessy. That thing towered very high into the late afternoon sky.
Center fielder number 20, Aaliyah Hood.
She's a great fielder, Fennessy. She's got a 1,000 fielding percentage, so that's always something you need there on the first base side to help you out. Aaliyah Hood, 0 for 1. Bats here with 2 away. In the third. that's a strike from Netton. There's a look from our center field camera. You get to see the drops in those pitches. Let's see what we got here. Got a little rise ball or changeup?
You called it.
Was that? But it didn't have much rise. It just looked high.
Yeah.
What's the difference between there?
I think it was I would say that was probably a rise ball, just the way it looked like it was spinning from here, but she has some that are up in the zone that I wouldn't say have rose as much either with that high velo that she has.
It's in the dirt for a ball, so a 2-out walk issued to Aaliyah Hood. She'll go down to first here with 2 outs in the third.
Third baseman number 24, Addie Pearson.
So Pearson, who had the walk and scored the Lady D's only run, comes to the plate. We've also seen what Albia can do. They've been very patient at the plate. Let's see if they're swinging away on first pitch. They're not. It's a strike. Now, yes, baseball, you do try to work the count sometimes and get into the arms a little bit, but what does that really work in softball?
It's a little bit different in softball. It is. You do, like, softball, it is really important to get ahead in the counts so you can throw your best stuff, but it's a little more cautious than baseball, I would say, because most teams do only have 1 or 2 pitchers compared to 5 or 6.
Pearson rips it to left, hops in front of Hiller, and it's 2 aboard.
Batters, the first baseman number 43, Brooke Rubel.
And again, on this week you could be playing 5 or 6 games by the time you get to the championship. Now, I get it. These teams play 6 games, 7 games, 8 games in a week sometimes. So, I mean, that's not too out of the ordinary, but they weren't state tournament games.
Yeah, it is a little bit different playing multiple games in a week compared to the state tournament games. It does. It takes a lot more out of you than you realize, and it's just so much going on. It's a lot faster than some of your conference play games, so it's a lot different than what you're used to, and that's a lot of games for some people.
Brooke Rubel trying to get her team back the lead, if not at least tie it up. Hit up the middle chopper, and it's going to get them tied up. Waving around and scoring before the ball is fumbled around. Hood was going to score regardless. We're tied at 2. That ball had no chance for anyone to grab a hold of it before the center fielder Schnell. Now, if we were playing on the diamond with the turf, that would have been a whole different play.
Yeah.
The report I've heard from that diamond, it is hot.
Yeah,
that's up the middle, and that's going to be a tough play. Getting it is small, over to get the out. Nice play to save a run.
For Albia in the bottom half of the third inning, 1 run, with 2 hits, 2 left. We're through 3 innings complete. We're tied at 2.
Van Meter ties it up. They're tied with Albia, who pushes another run across. 2-2 is our score. We'll have the hydration break. We're going to go to the 4th inning. We'll be a little bit of a delay when we return, but come on back, y'all. This is the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Unit Digital Network, which is powered by Mid-American Energy.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Crash, boom, bang. Welcome back, Van Meter and Albia. Tied at 2. As we are in our mandatory hydration break, let's reiterate, I cannot emphasize, I mean, if you're in Iowa, you know what it's like. If you're watching us from far today, this just in, Carly. We've dipped below 90. It's 89 degrees.
Wow.
However, it still feels like 103.
Okay.
And we're still in a tornado watch here.
Interesting.
We've been in a tornado watch now going on 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. For a minute, let's. We've talked about a number of things here today, and the emotions and the playing of the game. Let's just talk about the level of play. You mentioned it about the 1A and the could play with 5 and lots of players. There's certain teams with players who might not be with them all 40 games of the year. They might be there for only 30. They're playing with another team in this season. What do you think of summer softball in the state of Iowa for high schools?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. Like you said, there is conflict between some club teams. It's also a time to get recruited if you're looking to play at the next level. And so there are a lot of kids who are trying to play summer ball and get recruited, but then there's also those kids that are trying to do both. There's the kids who are trying to do just high school. And one thing that always stuck with me was that if you come to the state tournament, you see a lot of coaches here. And it is the best players in Iowa at the end of the day. And so if you're here and you're on this stage, you're still getting recruited, whether
We'll
you're
conclude our 3-minute hydration break.
playing softball for the high school team or playing club softball. And so it does suck that you do have to ultimately choose what you want to do if you want to play club or high school ball. But there is
Swing
good
by Quick Star and enjoy everything from fresh coffee to easy meals and more. Fill up with guaranteed fuel.
During the regular
enjoy
season?
free ATMs.
Yeah,
free air for your tires.
sophomore year, so when it was the big year going into recruiting, I tried to balance both club and high school, and I probably played, oh gosh, I don't even want to know, over 60 games probably in about 2 months, and that's just a lot. And as a pitcher, you're pitching a lot of those games too, and so it was just very taxing. It paid off, and it was an awesome experience, but it was so taxing, and it's just awesome to play. There's just something, I've said it to a lot of people, there's just something about playing for your town and with your classmates who you also play other sports with, and just representing your hometown. I think nothing really can beat it at all. So
you heard it here from someone who has done both. And we know that there is a player from Iowa who played in the highest level this year in college, who never played an inning of high school ball.
But inning number 4,
there's a couple of others that have done the same thing. I don't think we're going to see Ann, but there is one of the top pitchers of the class, of her sophomore class, is pitching here, and she has pitched and hit a lot. And Sophia Schlater for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, I do give her a lot of credit. She has stuck it out with high school ball, and it would be very easy, like you said, just to play club and try to go big, but she is, staying with Waukee Northwest, and it's impressive, and it's going to pay off for her either way, but I do like to see her playing high school ball.
Delaney Lifetog, Ashlyn Small, and Ivy Vaught due up for Van Meter here in their half of the top of the fourth. We are tied at 2. Lifetog struck out back in the second. Is now up on the count 3-0 by Grace Pence. The pitcher. Strike one. Pence coming into the tournament, 166 innings pitched, which is the most in 3A, with an ERA of .17. Also the best in 3A. She comes back now to push the count full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Her opponents are batting .71 against her. That's the best in 3A. Her whip, .33. But she walks Lifetog. And let's see if we're going to have the flex come in for the DP. I think we will. So that is... No, that's not, actually. It's going to be Elizabeth Elin.
Elizabeth Elin in at first base. Batter is second baseman, number 1, Ashlyn Small.
Elin, not a lot of statistics here. Only 3 at-bats this year and 1 stolen base, but that ball is bunted foul by Small. That bunt is pulled back. Again, the bunt gets down and it's fouled by Small. She'll run all the way to first, Carlisle style, then return back to the plate. You know what I'm talking about.
I sure do.
We all do.
Yeah. Yep.
Every year that team gets to decide if they're going to continue that tradition of every foul ball you run out, because you don't know. That pitch is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Small, the junior, with a single back in the second. Elin is down at first. That ball's fouled away. They did get that ball that was off the dugout to our right. I know at the other complex I can see at least 8 softballs. Now that's probably 6 up there in just this side of the netting.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make Taylor Anderson and Ben Van Wyck go up there and try to get those softballs down before the night is through.
Yeah.
Hey guys, before you're done, can you get the... Actually, they have a new person with the staff that could maybe help them out. Let's put Ellie Ruffridge up there.
Yeah.
See if Ellie can hop up and get it. Say, welcome, Rook.
Yeah.
Well hit to center, but over the head of the fielder. Rounding, Elin's got to run. She's got to slide, but she almost comes off the bag. Coach Floss told her to go to the home plate side. At second is Small with a double. Now it's second and third, nobody out. Hood got turned around on that extra base hit. And that was a rocket. It just kept moving. Larry Achenbach comes out to have a conversation with the UNI commit. Coach Flaws and his squad. There's a look at the Albia outfielders. Hill, Hood, and Green. Conversations are over. Everybody goes back to their respective corners. A little bit like boxing sometimes. You go here, you go here,
Yeah.
I'll come back, let's go.
It is kind of funny how it just works out like that. It does.
So Ivy Voss, she walked in the second, looks at a first pitch, strike. Elin at third, Small at second. Elin, if that ball gets away from Van Loon, she's going to try to score. The bunt is down. The only play is going to be at first. Pence throws a rocket. Gets Vaught, but the run scores for Van Meter. And they take a 3-2 lead. Out number 1, but the problem is for Albia, there's still a runner at third. The re-entry.
The fielder number 4, Brooklyn Pillar.
Pillar digs in. First pitch is a strike. These two teams very evenly matched. This is the 3-6 game. Albia the 3 seed, Van Meter the 6. Van Meter's bunt, that's a foul ball. Again, not being behind the home plate. I think the fans would have been making noise if it wasn't a foul ball, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just making stuff up in my head.
It is hard to see, though. It is.
Either way, it's 0-2. Pitch is punched to the right, but foul. Tyler runs all the way down to touch the bag and returns. The 8th grader is trying to do her part. She looks at that pitch outside. She's new to left field. They also have her as a catcher. Probably one of the catchers of the future. Hits it towards short. Here comes the throw at home. It is out at the plate. DeMoss to Van Loon, out number 2. Pilar goes to first on the fielder's choice.
Number 11, Maddie Schnell.
And it's the top of the order. Schnell with a triple in her last at-bat. She's their offensive leader. Fifth best batting average in Class 3A. Pence falls behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Got to be careful to Schnell. Hit in the air, well towards center, at the wall, up, over, and out. Home run, 2-run style for Maddie Schnell.
Big swing, a big moment, and a must-go home run.
And it's 5-2 Van Meter. No doubt on that one.
First baseman, number 14,
yeah, that was a great hit. Great hit.
All right, talk to your teammate, your future teammate. What do you say to her right now?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that in my head. You know, it happens sometimes, and there's nothing really you can do about it except move on. And, you know, she came back and threw a first pitch strike right away, which is something that's really important. So, you know, just kind of forgetting about it. We talked about it in the first game. You just have to say next pitch, and it's hard not to think about it, but you do have to move on because the ball is in your hands every single pitch. So you just have to move on and just know, like, just try to get this out. I mean, they have 2 outs, so just getting out of this inning is going to be what's going to be best for them. So they just have to try to get this batter.
The 1-2, and they do. Fennessy is out on strikes, but not before. Van Meter pushes 3 runs across, none bigger than the 2-run home run by Maddie Schnell.
Van Meter 5, Albia 2.
5-2, the guests on the board. Van Meter with the lead from Fort Dodge. Larry Achenbach's talking to his crew. We'll see how they respond on the Mid-American Digital Network.
Now, only
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Looks like another perfect day to get out there and enjoy the summer.
Oh, before she gets in the car, it's easy to choose.
Iowa State Fair, August 13th through the 23rd.
Batter is right fielder number 15, Adela Green.
Green, DeMoss, Zanoni. As I look at the radar, Ames to Ankeny to Des Moines to Bondurant, Newton. Pretty heavy rain cells, but right here we are free and clear. We're going to finish this night rain-free. I cannot guarantee the rest of the week, but tonight I think we're gonna make it here. Coming up about 7:15 here in Central Iowa. And the pitch just misses. So Netton goes to work with a couple of runs here. Always kind of gives you the boost. The left-hander winds and fires. Two balls, no strikes. Green from the left side. And that is a strike. Green thought about it, laid off. Albia beat Des Moines Christian 9-0 to get to the state tournament. That pitch is hit on the infield, popped up, caught by Netton for the first out.
Shortstop number 77, Lily DeMoss.
DeMoss, she'll head to Marshalltown Community College to play basketball. Playing softball right here. Looks at a first pitch strike. I love the number she wears, number 77.
Yeah, that's something that you don't really see too often. It's unique. It stands out.
You know who? Oh, what a change-up. That's more than a change-up right there.
Yeah.
Carlisle will wear the high numbers too. They'll have some players like assign you a number when you're young into the program, and then it kind of is yours the whole way through. So I guess it's maybe you can retire different numbers. You don't really do that in high school sports.
Yeah, not really, yeah.
The 0-2 coming. That's a swing and a miss, and that's the second strikeout. No, that is the first strikeout. That is the second strikeout of the game. Yeah, I thought that's only the second one for Netton in this game.
Second baseman number 21, Zoe Zanoni.
Zanoni was the first strikeout back in the second. She bats here in the fourth. Albia just trying to scratch some runs across, get the line moving, get more at-bats against a pitcher. We kind of talked about that in the first game too, Carly, about it actually is a new pitcher, Jillian Woslanski. I missed the pitching change. That one's hit in the air towards left. Underneath it is Pillar, and the out is made.
Albia in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
We'll go to the fifth.
No runs, no hits.
From Fort Dodge.
We're through four completed.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Van Meter leads Albia 5-2. And that was Mansky that was pitching. And we are in our hydration break again as we hit our new top of the inning, top of the fifth. Let's see. In 3A, let me pull up the tournament brackets. Earlier today, Williamsburg beat West Liberty, and Mount Vernon sent Prairie City Monroe with a loss. So tomorrow at 1 p.m. here on Iowa Central Field, it will be Williamsburg and Mount Vernon. And then that puts West Liberty and Prairie City Monroe in the game at 10:45. The winner of this game will play Wahlert Catholic at 5:30 on Iowa Central Field. And then the loser of this game will play West Delaware at 3:15 on this field at Iowa Central. The championship for this game is 5 o'clock on Friday. And looking at the end of the bracket, it's just a whole different look of things, but you could prepare for 1 game, 2 games, 3 games on Wednesday for that 1 o'clock and 3:15. Depending on what happens, there could be a game at 5:30 or at 7:45. Now, the one thing, Carly, about that is you do get the day off on Thursday after playing what could be 3 games on a Wednesday. Just different.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot different. And I'm sure it is going to be really nice to have Thursday off too, but 3 games in 1 day could be a lot for some softball players, especially if it stays hot up here too. It is not supposed to be as bad as today, but it's still warm.
Step up to the plate for a home run with the Iowa State Fair, where Fair
So it's going to be Madeline Van Loon, Addie Hill, and Aaliyah Hood due up for
grilling rides and food on a stick to live music, livestock, and
the
Iowa
ladies when they come up to bat in their half inning. But right now for Van Meter, it's
the Iowa State
Mara Corrados, Jillian Wozmansky, and Annie Netton due up, at least in the lineup. We'll see what type of changes were made with that pitching change, and if anybody entered the batting order differently from the bench. But Coach Flaws is apt to use many on his roster. It's still Grace Pence pitching for Albia. So she's down 3 runs. She's got to kind of keep things in check here, I'm guessing, keep people off the bat. Still got to be aggressive. Let's see, what else can I say that would be something that's going through the pitcher's mind right now?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. You know, like you said, a 3-run deficit, but also you have to remember you're here for a reason. Like, you have your best pitches, you have you compete really well, so she still needs to do that and still throw her best pitches here, and can't really think about the stuff that happened in the innings before and just kind of attack the hitters.
Goes with a changeup to Corrados, who had a single to right. Back in the third. And that pitch is in for a strike. 5-2. Van Meter the lead. They scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Albia got a run in the second and third, and then didn't score in their half of the fourth as we play here in the fifth. And they have cleared Diamond 1. Their games are done. Still everybody from the St. Ed's family over on the 1A field. We're still playing 5A, and I think we're playing 2A over there, so. See how much hooting and hollering people do in Fort Dodge tonight.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just looking for water and air conditioning after being out here
you are
today.
probably right. You're probably right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is outside. Count goes full on Corrados. Coach loves her for her confidence and calmness. Let's see what she's thinking right now. That's not a foul ball. It's a swing and a miss. And a throw down to first. Corrados is out on the strikeout. Strikeout number 5 for Pence.
Punch number 6, Julie Wosmanski.
So the lefty with the tremendous work ethic digs in from the left side. Her teammates really rally around her. And that's a strike. When you're that go-to player, there's a little bit of pressure on you too.
There is, yeah. It kind of, it tries not to be, and you try not to think about it, but there is a little bit of pressure, especially if you're a person who your team kind of looks to lead them, and it kind of can carry a lot on your shoulders at times without even meaning to, but it is there. You are right on that.
No batting gloves for Wosmanski, which is always a plus in my book, and she slaps that one left in front of the camera platform down the third base side.
You want to share it with me? It's really big. It's
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for the junior. That pitch misses. She's a .455 hitter. I just think anytime you have a 4, I don't care, baseball, softball, that's just a great number to start your batting average with.
Yep. Yeah, that's impressive.
The pitch is hit towards left, and it's through for a base hit. So the cleanup hitter gets aboard here in the 5th. As Van Meter looks to add to their lead. Let's see what Coach Flaws does. He has, well, if she's the pitcher now, she also gets a courtesy runner. And I think they went with Bryn again.
Courtesy runner at first base, 25, Grace Betcher.
Never mind, it's Grace Betcher. It's good. That's why we have PA. So Betcher.
Number 13, Annie Netton.
So Netton to bat, the freshman. Looks at a first pitch off speed.
I like how Pence for Albia is mixing in a lot more off speed now. It's a great pitch for her, and it's also just kind of helping her keep those batters off timing too. Even if it's not for a called strike, it still does make the next pitch look a lot quicker, and it's good for the eyes as a pitcher. It's just something that you want to do, and she's doing a great job of that right now.
Hit in the air, high towards center. That's going to be well out of the park, past the ice station, nearly into the parking lot. Netton, the bomb. net and goes yard. 2-run homer. Bet your scores in front of her. That's an extra base hit. They're brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. All right, go with me for just a minute on this, Carly. So let's just play things out here. Everybody in 3A talking about Williamsburg, talking about Waller. Were they talking about the Van Meter Bulldogs at the 6th seed much before this week?
I had heard a lot on Van Meter. I think that they play a really tough schedule. I think, like you kind of mentioned earlier, they played Williamsburg. They played those tough teams. And so even as a 6th seed, their record may not have been as good as some of the other teams that are here and seeded higher than them, but I do think that they have played a really good teams, and they also are a team with a lot of experience. And honestly, sometimes it does come down to experience, and you know how to handle situations in these high-pressure situations, and I think that is kind of coming to help them right now in this situation.
And the pitch to Life Talk is off the plate. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. 7-2. Van Meter in the lead. I mean, Van Meter is a 2-time defending champ, just in 2A.
Yeah.
But they graduated 8.
They did, yep.
But a lot of those players that are here had experience in those previous years. And like I think you mentioned, strike there to Life Talk. Coach Flaws has a program, has a system, has an absolute juggernaut going on right now. Swing and a miss. And it's caught by the catcher, and that's a strikeout. Out number 2 is Life Talk.
There's number 1, Ashlyn Small.
Small, 2 for 2. A single and a double. And she was erased at the plate on a great defensive play back in the 4th. Bats here in the 5th. 2 runs already in for Van Meter. And that pitch is a strike. Let's see, who has... Let me look at the games here. The announcing crews. That one's hit through the left side between 3rd and short for Small. She's 3 for 3.
Number 9, Ivy Buck.
And that is a hot shot across the diamond, not in time.
Wow. That was a hard play for DeMoss to make, ricocheting off the glove of the 3rd baseman and then still trying to make that play. That's a long throw. I mean, she was at the edge of the grass and she still almost got her out. So it's good to see from Albia too, like they're just not giving up. You know, they're sticking to it, which is good to see even when this is the score of the game.
Pyler looks at a first pitch, ball. 2 outs, Van Meter trying to add. Pitch is a strike. All right, winner, winner. The pitch is low. The pitch is a strike. as we tick past 7:30 on this Monday night. Ten hits by Van Meter. And that's inside. Heiler draws the walk, and the bases are loaded for the top of the lineup and Maddie Schnell. Oh, by the way, what has she done today, Carly?
Yeah,
off the top of your head, she's done okay.
Yep, she sure has. If I was Van Meter, this is who I would want up to bat.
And no place to put her for Pence.
Yeah, you gotta just go right at her if you're Pence. Throw your best stuff and attack the zone, because I mean it's a hard situation to be in. It is, but Pence has really good pitches, so if she throws her stuff too, this could be a good way to get out of the jam for Albia as well.
There are 2 outs. Smalls at third, Vaught at second, Heiler at first, Schnell at the bat. She's got a triple and a 2-run homer. The pitch off the plate. This looks like a situation where this is we're going to save 4 and just do a 1.
Yeah. Yep. That's kind of what I would think too, but I don't know.
You never know.
You never know, yeah.
Trying to keep her all outside and then rips it. Schnell was seeing dead red on that one.
Yeah, she was. That was a hard swing. Wow.
Schnell, only a sophomore. What a great player. And a great game she's having here in 3A in this first game. Sticks the bat head out. That's going to be trouble. Oh, that actually scored the run. And she's safe at first. Here comes another run at the plate. Safe, 2-run score on an infield single. And Schnell's going to go down to second now, and it's going to be second and third with 2 outs as 2 more runs come to the plate for Van Meter.
Van Meter is just so aggressive on the bases, and like we've said, they have an amazing coach, but that's sometimes that comes from the players too, just being heads up and seeing that. And it's involved in infield, and they had 2 runs score. Like that's really aggressive base running from them, and it is going to help them at the end of the day.
Just like we talked about at the beginning, the aggressiveness at the plate. And you talk about the aggressiveness on the bases, and that has led to a 10-3. That run's going to get across, and here comes another run to score. Heiler scores. Schnell goes to third. Now it's 10-2. I had 10 hits, sorry. 10-2 is our score now. 8-run lead. So, depending on what Van Meter can do, another 1 hit in the infield. This one's likely to be an out because it is. Zanoni to Rubel. And just like that, Carly, Van Meter is 3 outs away from a 5-inning game. Albia has to score to play on. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th in a moment.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Van Meter 10, Albia 2. We go to the 5th, the 3 seed, the Lady D's. Gonna need some help. Top of the order though, Van Loon, Hill, and Hood. First pitch. Wozmansky back in the circle for the second inning. I'm paying a little more attention this time. Change up again.
Yeah, if you're Albia at this point, you're just really trying to get that run across the board to eliminate the run rule here, and you're doing everything you can, and you know that Coach Achenbach's a great coach, so he's gonna, have a game plan how to try to stop that from happening. So I would expect to see a little bit of fight here from the Lady D's.
And it's a rocket to left, but it's caught by Pyler, and that's one away. Addie Hill.
Headers number 12, Addie Hill.
The future Central Dutch, the American Rivers Conference. The American Rivers, which sent a team to the World Series this year. Always played good softball in Pella at Central. That one's hit at second. Little hop, but
wow,
safe. Yeah, Hill got down the line in a hurry.
She did.
Small. There wasn't really anything she could do once she agreed to let that ball bounce.
Yeah, you either have to really hustle up and try to get that in the air, or there was nothing really she could do with that one, and she sure did get down the line fast.
So Hood now trying to get Hill across to keep this game going. Hits it in the air. Playable in front of the dugout of Albia. And Hood is out on a pop-up to third, and Albia is down to their last out, and it's Addie Pearson.
Number 24, Addie Pearson.
Pearson from the right side. Looks at that first pitch changeup. See, now that's the type of changeup that I would throw because I don't have a real good changeup.
Yeah, that is, honestly, that's impressive. It's hard to get that changeup perfected sometimes, and she has got a big speed difference there.
Netton is going to get the win. Pearson grounds out, and Van Meter advances.
Albia in the bottom of the fifth. There was a hit. Today's final score presented by Fairway, Van Meter 10 and Albia 2.
So Van Meter with a 10-2 win here.
Albia's next game
will advance. So Albia will play Wahlert Catholic
3:15, where they will take on
at the
West Delaware.
So Van Meter will play Wahlert Catholic at 5:30 p.m. And at Iowa Central Field at 3:15 will be the West Delaware Van Meter, or the Albia game. Wow, what a performance here, Carly, today by Van Meter. They hit the ball, and they hit the ball well.
Yeah, you just saw them hit that well off one of the best pitchers in 3A. And so that it just shows you, like, they can do anything. And if they keep that rolling into tomorrow, I think we could have a really good game tomorrow, Wahlert versus Van Meter as well. So, it was... Albia, showed some fight at the beginning of the game, but
here on Iowa Central Field,
10 runs, it's tough to come back from that, and Van Meter never stopped either. They just kept going, and that was really good to see from them.
I think it's at least 5 extra base hits, 2 home runs. Maddie Schnell, Annie Netton, different pitchers. So now think about Van Meter the way they're set up. They get both their pitchers in. They're in it for the long haul, trying to get 2 Fridays championship game without having to play 2 to make 1. Did a pretty good job there today. All right, so now for Albia, they will play. It's not over for the 3 seed. They just have a much harder path. If you lose the 1 game, you're going to have to win 2 to keep playing. But tomorrow they face a West Delaware team. If Albia can win, they move on. If not, thanks for playing. We'll see you next season.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of just have to forget about today and move on to tomorrow because you're not completely out, and so it is important tomorrow's a new day, and it could be either way. But if you're Albia, you're thinking that you're a higher seed and you are just trying to do your job and get things done. So we'll be anxious to see how that turns out tomorrow afternoon.
Great work, Carly Goodwin. Did you have fun?
I did. Thanks for having me.
We'll back tomorrow. We'll be on the 1A fields, which means we will be on the other end and almost as far as we can get from here. But for the rest of our crew from the Iowa Girls